All right, team, the stock market is going up, it's going down. Let's start with the complicated stuff first. So we have SPX, and we know SPX, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 times we resisted on the way down. So let me make this easy for you. So I am going to go ahead and open the screen up so you can see exactly what's going on with SPX. So we did find a bottom, and everybody thought this is definitely a bull run. This was the confirmation, and now we are here, and Jerome Powell is speaking. It went down, it went up. So I'll show you guys in a second. This is the way market makers burn options, and I'm going to repeat it. They burn options. So they took the IVs up and down, and they handed everybody their IVs, and that was not nice. So a lot of people were shaken out from their actual options because of this. So let's get right into this. All right, so let's take the simple route. We look at SPX, and it's really easy to say, hey, this is what I see, right? It's head and shoulders that is forming, or we can say this entire part is the right shoulder. We have our line, and at some point we're going to drop, okay? But a lot of other things going on in the economy that's going to affect that pattern. All right, so if you guys remember from my previous videos, okay, we have 3 waves here. These are sign lines, okay? So you can see that the stock currently is following wave 3, which is the pink line, okay? And we are headed up. There's no reason for this not to continue and head into the second wave, which is our blue line, and eventually make its way into the green line, which is wave 1. And then we could probably see this happen early. So it's a lot of stuff going on with the waves. So what's really going to happen? So let's take a look at SPX pattern right now. So we know that a pullback is normal in the stock market. So what we saw here in SPX is we came up, we came down first, then we came up, and then we saw for the first time, okay, this is a pullback here, and then we started going up. But what we saw for the first time is a higher high, which we have not seen, okay? Because you did have, or I'm sorry, higher high and also higher low. So you have lower low, and we just continue to make lower lows until here. This became a higher low, and so now potentially a lot of people think that the market has reversed. We found the bottom. This is the bottom down here. Okay, is it really? Well, let's take a closer look. All right, so we're going to take a look at SPX here on the weekly, and we're going to measure. Okay, now if you guys have found value in these videos, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so it reminds you when these videos come out, and hit the like button. So let's measure this out. So we know from previous videos that stock markets need about a 50% retracement for it to correct itself. But one thing that you are not seeing on Twitter, you're not seeing this on CNBC or any other shows, okay? So if I take my ruler here, I can look at from the bottom, SPX, okay, went up about, let's say $260 here, and this is on the weekly, okay? Now, let's take a look at the way down. Okay, so SPX so far has come down about $130, which is 50% retracement, guys. That is 50. Be careful if you think the market is going to go down anymore. Okay, now Don't believe me? Do your own math. So I'm going to move this over to the daily. Okay, so if you want to take a look at this on the daily, okay, because that was the weekly. Okay, so we said $260, then it went down 160. Okay, now if I go on the daily, I can take it up here. The number will be just the same, $260. Okay, and then on the way down, if we're having a 50% retracement, there you go again, 130. So for me, and you don't have to believe me, you can do your own due diligence. Okay, for me, the market has found the bottom, and here's what I suspect is going to happen. We're going to see this right in here. Okay, just like you saw it on the way down, you will see pullbacks, but we are going to gain momentum and the market will rally up. Doesn't matter what you think about the economy, because even Jerome Powell today was calling out some numbers as good numbers. The economy is strong, and he went on blah 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 blah. So this is the bottom, guys. I think that it's there. Most people were thinking, well, we have to see it go down 50%, but they weren't thinking of 50% in dollars. So that's what's going on with SPX. So let's take a look at some other stocks now. All right, so let's start with Apple. So Apple, you can see I have my technical analysis up here, some of my indicators with the buy and sell signals. Okay, so you can see that right down here, Apple had a very big buy signal. Okay, and now we have something even greater where we have an actual golden cross going on with Apple. That means that the 200-day moving average is crossing with Coach's lightning line. Okay, so if you want to find out more about moving averages, guys, I'm going to leave you a link below. Everything is on sale. It's 2023. Let's make some money. Click on the link below. It's gonna cost you less than $1 a day, guys. That is cheaper than coffee anywhere, at Joe's coffee place or at Starbucks. So let's take a look at another stock here. All right, another one of the big stocks that did the same thing is QQQ, and it's doing well, right? Then we come over and we look at Google. Google is getting very close to crossing that 200-day. Then we have Microsoft, which is just barely there. It looks like it wants to flip. Okay, and we can look at Amazon. Amazon is getting closer. Okay, but let's take a closer look at some of these stocks, right? So tech and communication, what is really going on with them? Whoa, so you look at that. Okay, if you follow my courses, you'll know exactly what this means. So they're getting very close to crossing the 200-day moving average, guys, but on the 4-hour, okay, and I teach this in my courses, okay, this is a good place to see where is the trend really going, because if you're following the daily, okay, the 4-hour is going to give you kind of a true direction. So now I have Amazon on the 4-hour, and then I'm going to switch it over a little bit to the 1-hour, and Amazon is in a downtrend. Okay, so now Amazon is playing what I call ping pong all the way down. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Okay, so we had resistance here, resistance there, and I suspect tomorrow we will make it here, which is about 103.30, and then we will see this continue down. Now, how do I know that? What tells me that? Well, it's very simple. Okay, I can come over here to these indicators, and you can see that we flipped over on the 1-hour. Now, this wants to flip back up, but I suspect we're going to see some resistance here before it does it. Okay, so one of the things that I do and I look at is, if I look at that level, okay, right in here, what has Amazon done on the 1 hour? And let's just draw a little line here so we can take a look at. So we've seen Amazon, okay, touch this line a few times, if you can see that, right? So this is an area of support for Amazon. But then we've also seen once it touches in here, okay, this area, it could reverse on us a few times. So now, like I said on SPX, right, we're going to see this happening. We're going to see reversals, okay, but we're going to see a trend up. Maybe this is going to happen with Amazon. So keep a close eye on Amazon if you're playing that. Let's take a look at SPY. So SPY started getting very bullish here at the end. All right, so let's take a look at SPY on the daily. So let's start with the daily, which, like I said, is very bullish, and you can see that it already crossed the 200-day moving average. So if you saw this, guys, a great opportunity, right? Golden cross, you get in. Very, very bullish. But again, one of the things that we're seeing, and be careful tomorrow, unless you know how to play both sides like a strangle or a straddle, okay, be careful with your entries. But we're starting to see a downtrend as well in SPY. We come over to the 4 hour, okay, we're seeing the same thing. But let's come over to the MACD. And the MACD is fighting for dear life up at these levels here. But you can see originally it flipped. And when Jerome Powell spoke, it continued to reverse. And then what happens the next day? It will continue at least for, I don't know, half a day. It might want to pump up. But at some point, these stocks, their RSIs are very burnt. They're overbought, so be careful with these guys. All right, so let's take a look at a few other stocks that I think you'll be interested in. If you're bullish, I've got some swings for you. Let's go through those. All right, guys, so here we go. We have CAR, CAR, which is Avis Budget Group. Okay, so if you do car rentals, you know exactly who this company is. Okay, very bullish run for them right now. Now, these are swing trades, guys. I have a watch list. It will be emailed to you. I have a website where you can go look at them each day, and I give you feedback. Okay, it's part of the bundle, less than $1 a day. So we have CAR. It's very bullish. Had a golden cross around January 24th. Okay, but when I come over to the weekly, I'm going to come down to the MACD. And this is super bullish. It's already 2 weeks into a bull run. Previously, it had, let's go through this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. I'm sorry, 7 weeks where it had a nice bull run. So this is a stock that I would keep on my watch list because I think you're going to continue to see very good things for it on the uptrend, guys. All right, here we have a second stock that is just super bullish. How super bullish is it? Let's take a look, guys. Look at this. Look at the uptrend on this thing. It is just amazing. This is part of the stock watch list, guys. So if you guys want to learn about these stocks, I do all the heavy lifting for you. Sign up, less than $1 a day. Now let's take a look. We have our golden cross. Okay. Right in there. And then if we come over to the weekly and I do the same thing with the MACD, look at that. It flipped a while back and it's been on a bull run for weeks. Okay. Now, if you want to learn about these stocks and you want to get the list, I do the scanning. It takes me a while, but I do it for you guys. You have a bundle package waiting for you. Click on the link, less than $1. Okay, so let me show you one more before I go on to my next part of the stock market. All right, so here we have Baidu, B-I-D-U. Okay, this is part of the scan and the watch list. There you go, golden cross. Okay, if I come over to the MACD and I look at the MACD is super bullish. It has an amazing trend going on. So if you watch my courses, I teach you when to get in, which would have been in here. And then you go on that bull run. Okay. So now if I look at the weekly, okay, same thing. We have a nice bull run for weeks, guys. Look at that. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks of bull run. Get on that watch list. Okay. All you have to do is watch one video. I teach you how to manage swings, and then you can enter or exit based off the courses, guys. So this is super easy. All right. So last but not least, 2 indicators you need to look at if you're going to play the stock market, whether you're swing trading or if you're day trading, guys. DXY, which is the dollar, and you can see that the dollar has been on a nice little bull run until the Fed spoke today. We had 2 very bullish lines there, and then now it's in a downtrend. So it fell, but it did find support. So if you take my courses, you'll learn this is a very nice support area. But now we are in a triangle, so potentially the dollar could bust out again. And guess what happens to stocks when the dollar goes up? That's right, stocks go the other way. So here we have put to call ratio on SPX. Okay, this has had some support on the way up. Okay, so this means that when it goes up, this represents puts. This is how many puts we have versus calls. And the ratio, if you're on TradingView, is over on the right hand side. So you can see when they closed today, we were at a 1.72, 1.73 ratio. So now every time this line comes down, that means people are buying lots of calls. And this is where they have stopped buying calls. So there's a very consistent support line here. Now, when it comes to puts, okay, this continues to grow higher as we go along. So what does that mean when puts get up this high? Well, market makers are going to take the price up so that they don't have to pay for those puts. So when this line bounces up, that means people are buying lots of puts, and the market makers will drive the price up on the stocks, which means you're going to see SPX continue up. For now, let's take a look at the daily on this ratio. Okay. So on the daily, you can see, okay, we have some support. Nice little uptrend here. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that these lines are going to continue to go up unless we see something drastic happen right in here. So now we're going to see what happens in the next few days. Are we going to see this line continue down, or will it pop up? I think it's going to pop up and get out of this triangle, because look at this trend. Okay. It just continues to find support in this area. And at some point, it's going to do this again and go up. So keep an eye. I think the market will continue to go up. You will see a pullback. Be careful with your entries. Okay. Paper trade, paper trade, paper trade. Don't use your own money, guys. This is education. This is not financial advice. I teach you how to draw, how to chart, how to research your stocks, and how to enter and exit and when to do it. Sign up for the courses, 30-day money back guarantee. You can't lose. Less than $1 a day. Okay. That's cheaper than Starbucks. So I hope this helps, guys. If you're in the bull ring, you will see a separate video and analysis in the morning. So guys, join up and let's have a green day and a green month. Until next time, hope you guys have a green week.